So I got a new drum controller for my iPad. Let's check it out. BeatMaker is the squad was good as cheese producer. So today I'm happy to say that I got a new drum pad controller, and it's none other than the Akai MPD 218. Now I know this has been out for a while, but it's very new to me. I'm kind of kicking myself because with the previous two MPDs that I had, I wasn't able to fully utilize them because I never used the editor. The editor allows you to really mold and configure this thing in ways that maybe you may not have thought that a drum pad controller could be used. I have it configured so I can play samples with it, I can play drums with it, I can even play melodies and or chords with it. I'm not playing one finger chords or anything like that, but I do have it set up so that the pads correlate to all 12 minor keys, which also allows me to play all 12 major keys. So we'll get into that today. First thing I'm gonna do is make a beat using the MPD 218. Sounds from this sound pack right here, from Dragonfly Bride. Kicks from this sound pack right here from Misled, and 808s from this sound pack right here from yours truly. So without any further ado, let's get into this. At the bottom right hand side, you'll see displayed the parameters for each of the 16 pads. Above that, you're given access to each of the 3 pad banks from pad bank A, B, and C. Next to the pads, you're given access to each of the 3 banks of knobs. The blue screen at the top allows you to change parameters for each of the knobs and pads. Now let's work together and create a preset. First thing we're going to do here is open up the Tools menu and open up the Auto Populate tool. In the Auto Populate tool, we'll check off the note type, aftertouch type, we're going to put that at channel, mode we'll put it momentary, and scale we'll leave it chromatic. Now in this demonstration, I'm starting to scale at C3, but for some reason in BeatMaker 3, C4 corresponds to C3, so everything's kind of an octave lower than what it actually is. We'll leave the MIDI channel at 1 and we'll apply this to banks A, B, and C, then click apply. And at that point, we're almost done. Next thing we're going to do is change the name of the preset. After we change the name of the preset, we're going to go up to File and Save As, name the actual file, and then save the file. After that, we'll go back to the Tools menu and hit Send Multiple Presets. In this menu, we'll browse and then choose the different presets that we want to send to different preset slots. Now I've created 16 different presets, and if you like them, they're available in the link in the description. I'm going to fast forward through this process so you can just see how it's done. Once you have filled all of the 16 slots, or however many slots you'd like to fill, hit the send button and you'll see a confirmation screen which will let you know that all of the presets have been sent to your device. On the screen right now, you'll see exactly how I have my MPD set up. You can set yours up like this or any way you like. Once again, these presets are available in the link in the description. Alright, so now that you've seen the MPD 218 in action, as well as the editor, I'm going to finish this off by giving my pros and my cons. I'll start off with the cons so I can end off on a positive note. First con that I have is that occasionally with the pads you do get the double trigger, but I think that double trigger is more so of a user error as opposed to a unit error. My second con is that there's no iOS editor. Although I don't think I'll be using the editor too much more with the way that I have my unit set up, it would be nice to have an editor on iOS that I could use to configure this on the go, on the move, and not have to come back home to a computer or go to a laptop or anything of that nature. The next con that I have is that initially when you get it, the pads kind of feel hard, but that's also more of a pro because the hard pads kind of let you know that you don't have to hit them too hard and that they're very sensitive, and it allows you to play a lot easier. Next con that I have is there are limited amounts of swing settings in the note repeat on the unit itself. Now this isn't really a con for BeatMaker 3 because BeatMaker 3 doesn't give MIDI clock, so you can't use a note repeat anyway. The final con that I have is that there are only 3 banks of pads. I wish that there was at least 4 banks of pads so I could access up to 64 sounds as opposed to only 48. The pros that I have: first things first, super portable, super durable, and it's very light. Just throw it in a bag. I think I'll probably pick up a carrying case for it from either mpcstuff.com or amazon.com. I've seen cases there. If you've seen any online, please let me know in the description below where you know where to get the case for the Akai MPD 218. The other con that I have is that it has a great price. Now if you get it used, if you get it new, I've seen them for $99. I've also seen them go up to $119 recently. But I've also seen them used for as low as $60. If you can get one used in good shape for $60, go for it, man. You can still use the editor for it. You can still use the presets that I'm packaging with today's video for it, or any other presets that you might have. So I would definitely suggest getting it either new or used. I think either way it's a good bang for your buck. Next thing that is a very, very good pro for me is that it's bus powered, either by a computer or an iOS device. I can power it with my phone or I can power it with my iPad, and that is absolutely great. The other pro that I have is that the editor is very easy to use, and as I said before, I don't think I'll ever be opening the editor again to reconfigure this. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know, but the way it's set up right now for me seems to be absolutely perfect. And the final pro that I have, the pads are super responsive and they respond to a very light touch, which allows you to have more of a varied style of play. You can play at higher velocities, lower velocities, and this will respond to all of that. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up by giving it a rating. My rating for the Akai MPD 218 is, out of 5 iPads, I'm going to give it 4 iPads. Only reason I'm giving it 4 iPads is because it only has 3 banks of pads and there's no iOS editor. One of you great people out there, there's a programmer that knows how to come up with an editor for iOS, please do it. I guarantee you the iOS producer community will thank you. Anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here. Before I do, I'm gonna remind you to follow Beatmakers the Squad on Instagram. Also visit beatmakersthesquad.com for more iOS producer related content. It's Cheese the Producer and I'm signing off for Beatmakers the Squad. Peace.